Well, tell us, this looks like an interesting little project.
That's my first gourd purse. I don't like carrying purses, so I just kind of hook it on and I'm on my way. And it opens up, and inside the middle is where I would put all my stuff for my purse.
Unique. And how did you get the coloration?
Well, over time this one's faded a little bit, but I've used 3 different techniques to get this particular color. Because one didn't work, so I tried another and then another one. A lot of people use gourd. Over time there's new products come out made just for gourds, but it's just taking other products and using for gourds and stuff. Shoe polish. Some people use leather dye, but in Louisiana, because of our moisture, leather dye in time will seep through the pores inside the gourd, and you won't see those colors any longer.
I say, what do you
They
use,
fade.
Margaret?
I use leather dyes, and Wellborn gourds out of California have come out with different dyes that are not fade, they're fade resistant. This one I use just brown shoe polish on, the paste kind. And it just brings out the sheen. It's so pretty.
And then if you wanted to seal it, what would you use to?
Use a spray sealer like a spray varnish.
Okay.
You can either use a matte or a gloss or a semi-gloss.
And this gourd was from Hawaii.
This, yes, and I don't know how to pronounce what the technique that they call it, but you pick this. We had said earlier that you can't pick a gourd from the vine until the vine dies or the stem turns brown. After the stem turns brown, this was picked, and they lightly scraped off the design that they wanted, and then it was filled with coffee grounds and water and thrown out every week, exchanged. And I think it took about 6 months for this to happen. The coffee grounds will just dye this part that was not scraped off, and this just stays natural.
And then it was trimmed.
Yeah, that it looks like they used seagrass on here and beads. I like using different unusual things. I use philodendron from the philodendron plant. I use horsehair. I use pine needles, which I dye myself, and just anything out in nature that I come across. We can use walnuts. I don't have anything here that I did.
Now this looks like it required a little bit more work.
That one took me many hours to do that. I'll do a little bit of time. It's all wood burned into it, all freehand. And I call it a Zen gourd.
What other tools do you two ladies use on your gourd work?
A Dremel for cutting away things. I use a gourd saw. I use a little miniature sander if I need to.
I would imagine different people choose different tools.
Yeah, X-Acto knife is one I use a lot.
A lot.
And wood burners that have controlled temperatures do best. You can take pieces of gourds and make little things like this. This is a boat.
With some of the little miniature gourds.
Little gourds that we grew.
That boat represents Gourding on the Bayou, which is the theme of our show in April.
Wonderful.
That is carving. It's more like stippling and wood burning.
Okay, so you actually gouged.
Yes.
Yeah, all that white stuff you see is missing pieces of
It's
gourd.
missing
Yeah.
pieces and the stain.
This is Gilda's paste that I used on the heron itself.
Beautiful.
You can make instruments out of gourds.
Ah, yes.
This is called a thunder drum.
And what is the parchment on the bottom?
I don't know what it's called. They just call it a membrane, and you have to use this particular size
spring.
spring, yeah, the larger ones won't.
Of course,
give
there's
that same-
instructions, but this
Yeah.
is just unique. The crew loves this. This is voted by the crew as one of the favorites.
And then we have the ocean drum also.
Why don't you talk about this?
Oh, all right, this weaving was done with seagrass. It's very hard on the fingers, but it's a lot of fun to do. And this is also weaving a basket on top of a gourd. And I just used seagrass and yarn and philodendron sheath and jacaranda pod.
Oh, I'm giving this secret away.
But you did it so well. Do it again.
I wasn't trying to do it.
Sounds like ocean waves. They're supposed to.
And it too has,
Now this has a goat skin.
okay, as a drum. And this is a larger drum.
Yeah, and you can even,
Actually do drumming. Okay, this was the crew's second favorite.
oh, would you talk about my purse too? This purse is made from a canteen gourd, and I found some, looked like gold dust. And so I applied it to the paint and then painted the inside. And I do what is called kumihimo braiding, and I made the purse strap. It's a Japanese braiding. Takes a long time to do, but it's a lot of fun. I can't sit and do nothing. I have to be busy.
Now, can you work on your gourds while you watch television? Or do
I
you
don't-
have to be?
I don't watch
Do you have
television,
to
so-
be, really concentrating on it?
Depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I'll
You could-
weave watching TV.
And you could be cleaning, for sure.
No, you want to do that with the sink or
Outside.
outside.
Oh,
Is the best thing, because you don't want to have that inside and have the mole inside, because it could affect somebody else that you don't in your
That's true.
household.
That's true. Now, this is,
That's it's either a bottle gourd. It could be a snake gourd that I just cut part of it off.
and unique little seeds.
No, these are beads.
Okay, those are beads.
And this is another gourd that's put on the inside, and another
Yeah.
piece on the bottom for the base of it.
Just a little more abstract gourd.
Mm-hmm. So that's a gourd doll, and we have another small little gourd doll down there.
Yeah, that's made from, this is called a banana gourd. And then this was a spinner. And I had this big acorn cap that I put on for a hat.
Oh.
Now, we're going to be giving away door prizes at our show, and they're going to be the little gourd dolls. So if you come to the show, on the 2 days, we'll be giving away door prizes.
Oh, how wonderful.
This is called just tapestry weaving. I cut out the shape of the state of Louisiana and did the weaving inside. And then I used the dyed pine needles for the rim. And this one didn't sit straight. Sometimes they won't sit straight, so you have to put them on a stand.
And that one took first place last year at our gourd show for weaving.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a contest, or that people bring their gourds and against other people's gourds in the same field, and they get judged.
Now, do you have monthly meetings?
They're quarterly.
Quarterly?
Yes.
Well, there's a gourd patch in different areas. One of the gourd patches is called the Cajun Gourd Patch.
Mm-hmm.
Then we meet in Orneville or Sunset or around Lafayette area. We meet quarterly. We'll meet one again in May
And that's all on your website?
on the website.
Okay.
These are a couple little pins that you can make with pieces. It's called shards of gourd. Gourd chard. I'm saying it wrong.
Shards, gourd shards.
Thank you. So you can do all kinds of things with pieces. So if a gourd breaks, don't throw them away. You find uses for them.
Yes, as Miss Margaret said, she utilizes every little piece of these gourds.
Utilizing things, I use the pulp from the inside to make handmade paper. And
You are creative.
I didn't bring a sample of that today. But I was determined to learn how to do embroidery on a gourd. And it took me 35 hours to do this, and I had to drill 700 holes.
Oh, my gracious.
And I didn't know what I was doing, but I was satisfied when I finished
It's
with it.
beautiful. It's worthy of a prize, too.
This is another small gourd that you can
Oh.
just do. Just use your imagination and you can come up with anything. I met an artist, Denise Myers from California, who sold a gourd for $20,000. And we asked her, why would anyone spend $20,000 on a gourd? What she does is she put, I can't think of what it's called, inlays, diamonds and precious stones. And when we asked her, why would anybody spend $20,000 on a gourd? And she said, well, if you have a lot of money, you want something different that no one else has. So,
And then tell us about this beautiful gourd.
this is our traveling gourd that we're raffling for to raise money to put on our show in April. Seven different artists did work on it. Karen did this part. She did the violets. I did the dogwood and the water lily. And then other artists from throughout the state did different sections on it.
And you're going
And
to
it's
be able to
really-
buy raffle tickets at the Gourd Show, which is April 3rd through the 5th in New Iberia.
They can even get them online now by going to the LouisianaGourdsSociety.org site.
It is just beautiful. You can't appreciate being away from it, the uniqueness of this piece. It would be wonderful in anyone's home.
The theme on this is Wallflowers of Louisiana.
Colorful and beautiful. We have enjoyed having you ladies here. I know everyone is going to just look forward to your show. We also have some upcoming gardening events. Do not forget that the Festival the Floor is coming up in April the 12th and the 13th. We will have a plant swap on April the 19th at our demo garden, so start your poor pitiful little plants, any that you have left, to bring to the swap. The second Saturday Garden Talk has a new location at Green Tea Linden Elementary School, and the topic of this Saturday is planting tips for the home gardener.
So, that's a wrap. They didn't give me no time to count you down, so I was like, oh my gosh, that was so informative.
Okay.
And hey, and Nancy was showing something, I said, wait, you didn't fly slow enough, go back. You're going back.
I'm not going back there, we gotta go forward.
She was cutting in on